right, Shalom. I want to start off as always by giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Racha HaKodash, double honors unto the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. I want to send much love unto the brothers out there doing his work in truth and sincerity. And also, I want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And real quick, man, I just wanted to do a response unto a few videos here I have pulled up. Some videos that I watched here recently, man. All right. And of course, these videos are geared towards prophecy. And this is something that we should all be focused on, is prophecy. All right, because the fulfilling of these major prophecies, right, like World War III, the MOTB, the destruction of Babylon the Great, it's all leading to our salvation and the establishing of the kingdom of heaven. And so I just want to touch on a few things here, man. Play a few clips, grab a few precepts, and Lord willing, this is edifying. Okay. So the first video that I have pulled up here is from CBS Evening News. And as you can see, it says, Russia condemns Biden's decision to let Ukraine fire missiles deep into Russia. Now, I'm sure a lot of you brothers and sisters out there have already heard the news or maybe seen the algo that the elder brother Ariala did from Dallas. All right. The update on this news, man. This is very crucial. Okay. This is very interesting. All right. Because in this video, they're going to make mention how back in September, Vladimir Putin said that if America was to allow Ukraine to use these missiles to fire deep into Russia, that America and NATO pretty much will be in direct conflict with Russia. Okay, basically, there will be a war with Russia. All right. And lo and behold, man, Joe Biden came through with a Chrisma present, right? And he gave the okay for them to use these missiles. But I feel good. Okay. I feel good, man. This is one step closer. One step closer, man, to the war of Armageddon happening. Okay. These are the things that we're looking forward to. Okay. I didn't know Santa Claus was coming through this early, man. Usually he waits till the 25th of December. He started handing out presents, man. But hey, here we are. Okay. Here we are, man. Hey, bro, I feel good, bro. All right. I was at work, man. I was elated. You know, I'm tired as hell, out all night, but I was elated at work, man. I made it home. I said, this is the first thing I'm getting into soon as I walk into the crib. Okay. I'm tired as hell, but that's all right. Because this is the good news that gave me energy, to keep going, keep pushing, man. So let's play this video here, man. And Lord willing, this is edifying, all right? I'm going to start rambling on. But I am elated, though. So here we go.
Overseas today, the Kremlin warned President Biden is adding fuel to the fire by allowing Ukraine to use long-range U.S. missiles that can strike targets inside Russia. The military calls the missiles ATACMS. One Russian lawmaker today said firing them over the border could lead to World War III. CBS's Holly Williams is in Ukraine tonight.
Ukraine's been using American-supplied ATACMS against Russian forces since last year. Some of the missiles have a range of close to 200 miles. But before now, the US had refused the Ukrainians permission to hit targets inside Russia, concerned about an escalation in the conflict. Colonel Maxim Balagura of Ukraine's state border guard hinted last month about what the Ukrainians could attack with the powerful US weapons.
If the US would allow you to use ATACMS to hit Russia, what difference would that make?
Якщо в
If the Russians don't have any ammunition or any planes, then manpower won't matter, he told us. In recent months, Russian forces have been gaining ground and targeting Ukraine cities with deadly glide bombs, Soviet-era ammunition retrofitted with wings and GPS. Last month, we witnessed the aftermath of a small glide bomb in this residential neighbourhood.
You can see the devastation that it's wreaked. It's literally ripped the front off the building.
And now Russia's military's been bolstered by more than 10,000 North Korean soldiers. They may join an offensive to retake territory in Kursk in southern Russia, where Ukraine launched an audacious incursion in August. In September, Vladimir Putin said that if the US allowed Ukraine to use ATACMS inside his country, it would mean that America and Russia are at war.
Some Ukrainians fear that President-elect Donald Trump could try to pressure their government into negotiating with Russia. If that happens, using the ATACMS now could give Ukraine a better bargaining position. Nora.
That's certainly on the table. Holly Williams in Ukraine, thank you so much.
All right, man. So there you have it. Okay. That's the first video concerning this situation with President Joe Biden's decision to let Ukraine fire these missiles deep into Russia. Hey, Putin said back in September, bro, don't do it. Okay. And here we are, here we are, man. The gift that keep on giving, right? It's prophecy, man. Bro, the Most High words will be fulfilled, bro. Okay? I don't give a damn what nobody got to say, bro. The Most High God, Yahweh words will come to pass. You think Joe Biden made that decision on his own? No. He didn't make that decision. The Lord made Joe Biden say that. Let's prove it. The Lord made Joe Biden say what he said this morning. Well, earlier today. Proverbs 21, verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord Yahweh. As to rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. So the Lord put it on Joe Biden's mind to say what he said, to make that decision to allow the Ukrainian government, the Ukrainian army, to fire these missiles deep off into Russia, knowing that if Ukraine does that, all right, that is going to lead to a much hotter war, a much deadlier war, okay? And Ukraine is losing anyway, all right? Let's put it out there. Ukraine is losing bad. This is why America is allowing them to get these missiles. Russia is having fun with Ukraine. Okay, they they ain't struggling with them or nothing. No, the West is struggling. But with them making the decision, it's going to make things more interesting, man. Okay, it's going to make it more interesting, and this is what we need to see. All right. I mean, this is some of the best news I've heard all day. Okay. I'm at work, man, in the rain, get my ass whooped, tired, cold, all kind of shit. But guess what? It's going to be okay. Because I was mad earlier, but I ain't mad no more. All right. I feel good, man. I feel good. So the Most High made Joe Biden say what he say, right? Next precept, Proverbs 20. Proverbs chapter 20 and verse 24, right? It says, man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? We really don't understand our own way. Everything that we do is the Lord's will. Whether it be right or wrong, it's the Most High will, bro. And we just can't understand that. That is beyond our understanding. Okay? So everything that's happening is happening to fulfill what the Most High wants on the planet Earth. See, the Most High God has already given the prophets the future, man. Okay? Way back then. He gave them the future of this up and coming war, as we call it World War III, which the Bible calls it the War of Armageddon. All right, the war to end all wars. This was already talked about in the Holy Bible. And yet people will still try and scoff against the scriptures. You can't go into no other text, no other ancient texts or books or writings that speaks about these future times, that speaks about ICBM missiles and all these things, okay? You got people out there talking about, oh, the Bible comes from, the ancient Sumerian tablets. Or the Bible comes from Egypt. Or the Bible comes from this and that. And can none of them go into those ancient texts and show us prophecy? The Bible is known for prophecy, man. If you can go into the ancient writings of Egypt and show us the MOTB, then you'll have an argument. If you can go into the ancient writings of the Numa Elish or the Epic of Gilgamesh and show us, World War III, I mean, you'll have an argument. But you can't, okay? You cannot make any other book with the Bible, man. It's impossible to do. Go into the Quran and show us World War III. Show us the MOTB. You can't do it. It ain't in there. It ain't in there, man. The Most High not dealing with no Islam, bro. Okay? So, next thing here, a video by Jason A. Okay, he puts together good news clippings, right? Just further highlighting the situation over in Ukraine, right, between America and just everything that's happening in the world, man. All right, this is some very interesting stuff, bro. All right. Hey, look, we should all get some good night's sleep tonight. Okay, knowing that going into 2025, man, it's gonna get very interesting, right? And this guy here, bro, all right, for the umpteenth time, Donald Trump cannot stop Bible prophecy, man. Okay, this dude is bought and paid for. He's a sellout. All right, he's been told what to say. He's been told what to do. Donald Trump will not stop the war in Ukraine. He's already talking about bombing Iran. Okay, I mean, come on, bro. It doesn't matter who gets into office. What the Bible says will come to pass. Plain and simple. Okay, plain and simple. So here we go.
We have never been closer to World War III than we are today under Joe Biden.
Bloomberg's got a story this morning that North Korea, we know they've sent at least 3,000 troops to help Russia. Bloomberg says there's a possibility they could send up to 100,000.
A Russian lawmaker saying a move by the Biden administration as it relates to Ukraine risks starting World War III. So here's what's happening.
100,000 North Korean troops, even if hypothetical, could be a huge escalation. Can you give the figure a little bit of context?
This has certainly been concerning for South Koreans, certainly for the president. It was very clear when we spoke to Deputy National Security Advisor John Feiner that the deployment of these North Korean forces, which could be up to 100,000 inside Russia, that was the game changer, and that's what changed the White House and President Biden's calculus, Steve.
Lucas, I think it has a lot to do with who won the election, too.
Well, there's long been a feeling amongst the civilian population as well as the military that Western countries, and in particular the United States, have only ever given them enough weapons to hold the ground against Russia, not to take the fight to them. They believe that basically the West is scared of Russia. Well, they're hoping now with this new permission to fire long-range missiles, things may have changed.
Every day this proxy battle in Ukraine continues, we risk global war. We must be absolutely clear that our objective is to immediately have a total cessation of hostilities.
Time by President Lula.
You cannot stop prophecy, Donald Trump. You can't do it, bro. But Alex Jones believes you can do it. Glenn Beck probably believes that you can do it. We don't believe you, bro. The Bible says what it says. What's written is written, bro. Like, there is no changing that. Okay? You can't change it. Real quick, Isaiah 55. You can't change what's written, bro. Okay? Lord showed Moses that we were going into captivity on them slave ships. That was it. It wasn't no changing it, bro. Once, Moses wrote it down, he got the vision of us being in, in captivity. Shit, that was it, bro. It wasn't no changing it. Okay. Isaiah 55:10. For as the rain coming down and the snow from heaven, and returning not thither, but watereth the earth, and maketh it bring forth in bud, that it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. If the Most High said it, shall it not come to pass? It will come to pass, man. Okay? As I just got done saying, when Moses received the revelation of us going into slavery on them slave ships, that was it, bro. That event had to come to pass. So, just like every other prophecy in the Bible, it's already written. It's going to come to pass. Everything that's written going to come to pass. Okay? It won't be one thing that not, come to pass. Everything the Lord has said is going to happen. But it's going to happen on his time. Okay? On his time. So here we go.
Lula of Brazil, who is hosting this G20 meeting of the world's biggest economies. They actually represent 85% of the world's GDP here in Brazil, meeting today and tomorrow. 75% of global trade. They are going, of course, to be talking about big global issues like climate change, like poverty eradication, but overshadowing events here is the war in Ukraine. There is going to be a communique. There you can see now Keir Starmer greeting being met by the Brazilian president. They'll have a photograph. He will then go inside, and actually in a few minutes' time, you can expect what's described as the family photo.
Oh my God.
There, because you put 100,000 men into that fight to a country that has lost about 700,000. The estimates are Russia lost 700,000 off the battlefield, 250,000 dead. It's a stunning number, but they don't care about their people. They put in the poor, the ones without influence, and they basically tell them, now you got to go.
Ukraine has... You have 700,000 lie. That's a goddamn lie, man. Ukraine lost 700,000. Okay? They don't care about their people, man. Over in Ukraine, they're just grabbing up people off the street who has no military background, no military training, throwing them in the fire, man. because they're losing. All right. Western media, if you listen to Western media, bro, you'll think everybody else is, messed up and all jacked up. Okay. And that only, America is doing good and, their allies are doing good. No. They're losing bad. Okay. This is why Joe Biden said what he said. Once again, they're losing bad in Ukraine. Like, it's not even funny. They're losing bad. All right. If you were to watch alternative media or just media, from the Middle East, they're going to tell you what's going on. Okay. This is serious, man. Here we go.
Has said they could be used to stop or slow down troop movements or destroy Russian air or military bases, which would help Ukraine in the defense of its own territory. And this map shows how far the missiles could reach inside Russia and the potential targets. They include airfields, ammunition warehouses, radars, and missile bases. Now, on the face of it, it's a big military edge, but the Russians are already responding by moving hardware and personnel out of range. The Biden administration has made clear it's the presence of North Korean troops here in the Kursk region that pushed them to change their minds on the use of ATACMS. It means the Ukrainian army can now use them to repel Russia's anticipated counteroffensive in Kursk. Ukraine captured this territory in August and is now attempting to defend it. President Biden's decision will likely see the British government follow suit, allowing the use of its Storm Shadow missiles. Storm Shadow has a shorter range, about 155 miles, and it's launched from an aircraft. But the Russians are furious, seeing this latest development as a major provocation as it crosses some of Putin's red lines. They've not made clear how they'll respond, but a response is coming. It could take the form of support for the West's enemies or even a cyber attack on its interests.
Donald Trump ran on wrapping it up as quickly as he can. So I don't think he really cares what the Biden administration does, because on day one, he's going to do stuff his way. His national security advisor.
I think that in doing a deal, he wants Zelensky to have as much leverage as possible, because Putin is going to be less apt to do a deal if he feels as though momentum and everything else is on his side.
They said they won't talk until after the inauguration.
I've heard contours of what he's talking about with both Putin and Zelensky, and that it sounds like ultimatums to both of them. So it's like, okay, let's wrap this up, which means less fighting. Anyway, Brian talked to Michael Waltz, this current congressman from the great state of Florida. He is the president's pick for NSA, and he had this observation about how Russia is escalating, which is not good for anybody.
It's another step up the escalation ladder, and nobody knows where this is going. North Korea is unleashing ballistic missiles, artillery, now tens of thousands of soldiers. The administration responds by lifting this restriction. North Korea sends more soldiers. South Korea is now saying it may get engaged. China is buying oil from Iran for pennies of the dollar. Iran is using that to send missiles and drones into Russia. That is then hitting Ukrainian critical infrastructure. So this is a development, but it's a tactical one. President Trump is talking grand strategy here. How do we get both sides to the table to end this war? What's the framework for a deal? And who's sitting at that table? This is an all-star team, Brian, that President Trump is assembling that will think through these broader strategic issues. And how do we drive this war to an end, as President Trump promised on the campaign trail?
A global conflict between nuclear armed powers would mean death and destruction on a scale unmatched in human history. It would be nuclear Armageddon. Nothing is more important than avoiding that nightmare. We will avoid it, but we need new leadership.
Ukrainian politicians like this year, Vasil.
Yeah, that's enough of that. That's enough of that, man. Bro, things just got very interesting, bro. Okay? It's about to go down. All right? Only a few more events, man. And it's going to go down. All right? We understand that the MOTB got to come first. Okay? So, not getting too excited. in the sense that, you know, we're thinking that, oh, well, what's going to happen tomorrow? No, ain't going to happen tomorrow. But boy, oh boy, it's definitely have went up to another notch. Okay. Fuel has been thrown on the flame. So keep your eyes on this situation. I know I am, Lord willing. All right. Very, very interesting, bro. Next thing I pulled up here, it's from CBN News. It says Supreme Court weighing in on age limits for Decepticon surgeries. I'm going to say that word, Decepticon. But you see it. So here we go. Which, I mean, I don't even know why. But then again, I do know why. Because this is Babylon the Great. You know what, man? To hell with this video. I ain't want to play it. I will not. Yeah, fuck it. I'm not going to play this shit. I won't say that shit. Here we go. America has become a surveillance prison, right? Like China. Or say like Trump, China. Use it. China. Yeah. A surveillance prison, man. If you be paying attention, all right, bro, there's cameras everywhere, bro. I know out here in Houston. Shit, they all on the highway. They got them on the highway there. It's crazy. All right. But you have no say-so, okay, on whether or not these cameras can be put in your neighborhood or whatnot, and you have no say-so, bro. They're becoming like China. And for me personally, bro, just me speaking as a man, I believe in the near future that they're gonna possibly pass laws to have drones flying around. Just like you see in the futuristic movies, right? They have drones flying around. Watching shit, you know, looking at stuff, right? Reporting, you know, scanning, right? I believe that that's going to happen. But I'm just speaking as a man, okay? But here we go. And I'll close out on this video here, man, so I can take my behind to sleep, bro. I am tired. Here we go.
Many of us are under surveillance at this very moment. No warrants are needed and no laws are broken. The most obvious culprit is all the cameras. And America has as many surveillance cameras per person as communist China. Police departments from New York to LA are combining these cameras with facial recognition technology to track everyone. You're also giving away your personal information about where you are, what you like, even about your mental health, without even realizing it. Every click, purchase, and like is harvested and sold for profit by data brokers, feeding a growing digital advertising market that is close to $1 trillion in value. Even your car tire sensors allow you to be tracked. Byron Tao is the author of Means of Control.
A lot of that data ends up in the hands of data brokers, and those data brokers make that data available for sale to researchers, to marketers, to companies, and even to governments. So it's very, very difficult to escape the kind of logging and surveillance that modern technology brings along with it.
It's being called surveillance capitalism.
The internet is now a prison. It's a surveillance prison. It is owned and operated by private capital.
They want access to our contacts. They want access to our calendars. Well, lots of app developers take that information and they suck it up. They vacuum it up. They know who your friends are. They know where you go. So that kind of information is available for sale.
Your data is also being sold to the...
Definitely they know. They know everything about you, bro. Everything about me, okay? As they said in the video. Every time you click on an app, they know data is being sent. It's crazy, okay? Like, there is no privacy anymore, bro, you know? You might think in your mind, oh, yeah, you know, privacy. No. Everything, man. Every text message, every message that, you know, that's received, every phone call, Every damn thing is tracked and traced, bro. And this is the world that Esau wants. Okay, he wants a world where he's in full control, pretty much, right? He's a god, you know. He's, you know, tracking everything. He's tracing everything. Nothing is pretty much outside of his control. That's how Esau wants it. Okay. This devil he's crazy, but that's how he wants life. And the MOTB is going to definitely give him that kind of control, that power. All right. To be able to track and trace every single thing in real time. Okay. Once again, this guy, Klaus Schwab, said back in 2017, he told the audience, he said that in 10 years, all of you will have brain implants. And then he said that he will be able to read or sense how you feel just by looking at you. He can know how you feel. He can pretty much predict your actions, right? So 10 years in 2017 is 2027. That's only 2 years from now, okay? But who knows, you know? But we do understand that Esau is coming with this system, okay? They wanted it in place before 2030, back in September, right? For the umpteenth time. They signed the Pact of the Future. All nations signed it. They agreed to it. They agreed to implement that system amongst their government. So, for you Trumpers out there, don't think that Donald Trump is going to do contrary to the Pact of the Future. He's not. Okay? What the Pact of the Future says, right? The Global Digital Compact, what that guideline says, Donald Trump is going to follow it. All right? I don't give a damn who he select in his cabinet. Anybody he select is bought and paid for. Okay? They're pretty much there to make sure that he do what the elites say to do. Right? The elites, they surround these presidents with their minions to make sure that this president do what he's being told. Donald Trump ain't in no, he has no power. He's not in control of nothing. Neither is Joe Biden. Okay? They're all being told what to do. Ultimately, it's the Lord's will. Okay? Ultimately. But when these presidents get selected, all right, and they build their so-called cabinets, they're selecting individuals who've been sent by the elites. They know this already, okay? They already know this. So I'm very interested to see what Trump's going to do. You know, all the ish he be talking. But I'll play a little bit more of this here, then I'm going to close out, man.
To the police and the federal government. A product called Fog Reveal allows police to create what are called patterns of life on a person and to possibly track them without a warrant. The government is also continuing to use a backdoor in the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, or FISA, to spy on Americans, which is supposed to be illegal. But what really bothers Dave Moss, the director of investigations at the Electronic Frontier Foundation, are all the license plate readers used by police.
This is one of the most pernicious and offensive technologies in the United States. It is misrepresented to the public in such a way that people think it's doing one thing when it's actually doing another. So for your audience, license plate readers are cameras that take a picture of your car and digitize the license plate as well as other elements to it, your bumper sticker, the color, make, model, year, whether you have damage to your vehicle, and uploads that to a central database along with where your car was seen and when. So a police officer can sit down at a computer and type in your license plate and see everywhere across the country that your vehicle was caught on camera, sometimes going back years and years and years.
The license plate reader went off on it and said it was a driver's license restraint So it looks like on here, so she has a suspended driver's license.
That can be on any screen on the computer, and if it hits on a license plate, it'll pop up.
It doesn't matter whether you are tied to a crime or not, they're capturing it on everyone. And that allows them to track you in real time. They can add you to a watch list and just watch you and get alerts every time you pass a camera.
A Duke University study found.
Interesting, right? They're watching everything. They're watching everything. They can track everything. So don't think you're going unnoticed, okay? Especially for us in the faith, right? Brothers out there on the highways and byways, yeah. If you think you hiding something, you ain't hiding nothing from Esau, bro. They're listening. They're watching, okay? They're watching, bro. You think the movie Jason Bourne is fake? No, that shit real. Hey, all that shit Jason Bourne was doing, bro. Esau been doing that. Okay, they know. All right, they fucking know everything about you, about me, everything that need to be known about you, so to speak, that's tied to this world. And if Esau want to make a move on you, he can make a move on you. If that be the Lord's will. All right. But ain't no more prophecy, bro. Prophecy went out the window a long time ago. Okay. So if you clicking on something on your phone you ain't got no business clicking on, Esau know, man. They see it, bro. You know? So I'll close out with that, bro. I'm gonna take my behind to sleep. I don't know what the hell going on tonight. I am tired. But Lord knows where to find, man. Just wanted to highlight those things there. All praise you, how about Shema Shai, Bahashim Chakadash, divine unto the apostle, Elder Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to the elect. Shalom. Hey, shalom, shalom. How about Shema Shai, Bakatham.